What is the relationship between Ayurveda and beauty?
Ayurveda is a way of life. It is the science for a healthy living and for longevity.
There are doshas in Ayurveda. What are these doshas?
Three doshas, Kapha, Pitta, Vata, whole functions of the body is carried out by a combination of these. Any ups and downs can lead to.
There's so much surrounding hair loss, right? What does Ayurveda talk about to preserve how your hair is, and how can our viewers apply it very practically in their lives?
To combat common hair loss, small dandruff issues, all those things daily is a must.
What are some of the practices that Ayurveda mentions that our viewers can do on a day-to-day basis for clear skin? Can Ayurveda be the answer to acne?
Nasya is installation of medicine through your nostril. Reduce the arrival of graying, wrinkles, fine lines. This can actually stimulate neurons, which can prevent.
Ayurvedic psychiatry. It's something I've never heard about.
It was not something that I planned to start a skincare brand. It happened out of the research I did to bring out the best out of Ayurveda into skincare. It took almost 2 years for me to reach the right formulation.
Name 3 practices for hair, body, skin, overall wellness, right? That are ingrained in Ayurveda that our viewers can apply starting tomorrow. In a world where skincare trends are ever-changing, Ayurvedic wisdom remains timeless. Our next guest is Dr. Nayana Sivaraj. An Ayurvedic physician and researcher, Dr. Nayana has blended the ancient principles of Ayurveda with modern skin and hair care through Vanaura Organics. Today, she sheds light on it all, from skin and hair care tips and Ayurvedic psychiatry to the ideal Ayurvedic dinacharya. So keep watching as we go behind the scenes and uncover the secrets of Ayurveda. Welcome to the Humans of Bombay show, Dr. Nayana. It's so lovely to have you here.
Very excited to be on your show, Karishma.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you. And excited to talk about something which is so discussed online, and there's so much information, so many products, but we're excited to get the real information from you on Ayurveda. So why don't we start with one of the most basic premises, right? What is the relationship between Ayurveda and beauty? Because Ayurveda believes that beauty goes way beyond just skin deep, right? It's not just skin deep.
Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about what is that knowledge?
Sure, Karishma. You have triggered to a very vast concept about beauty and Ayurveda. Ayurveda is a way of life. So it is the science for a healthy living and for longevity.
Okay.
So beauty is a part of our life, and so that way it has mentioned all the necessary things we need to do for being beautiful, being self-confident, and that appraisal is very, very important for our mental health as well.
Yes.
That is the total linkage of Ayurveda with beauty.
So let's talk about the body level first, right? There are doshas in Ayurveda. Can you tell me at base level, what are these doshas? And for those who are watching who are unaware, this could be a good insight before we get into a deeper conversation.
Right. Human body is made up of 5 elements. That is the Akasha, space, Vayu, air, fire, Agni, Bhumi means the solid elements, physical elements, and water, which makes the liquid tissues. So this is the basic microvast level we can go. From that only we can go into the next level, that is the doshas. So when we talk about 3 doshas, it's Vata, Pitta and Kapha. Vata means that constitutes air and space. Pitta constitutes the fire, Agni, digestive fire, whatever the fire. There are deeper concepts of fire as well. And when we talk about Kapha, we talk about the Sleshma aspect, that means the liquid aspects, the fluids, those aspects in the human body. And there is the functionality level as well. This is the structural aspect, Kapha, Pitta, Vata, and it has a functional aspect. Whole functions of the body is either carried out by Kapha, either carried out by Pitta, either by Vata, or a combination of these.
Okay.
So that is how. And To maintain a homeostasis in the body, there should be a balance of the three doshas. All doshas are needed, but to an equilibrium it has to be maintained. Any ups and downs can lead to diseases. That is the concept Ayurveda is putting forward.
Right. And how can we identify which of these three doshas
Right.
applies to us?
Sure. In simple way, we can the movement, the mobility, that is all the contribution of vata dosh. Whether the decision making, well, it can be we can also take it to the mind level as well. Some people take decision, for example, very quick decisions. They go from here to there, either they can fall in that or not. So that kind of wavering mindset is attributed to vata dosh. In physicality, the mobility, the chala avastha, the movement is all guided by vata. So from the micro level, we can say the nervous system. Then coming to the locomotor system, the hand, the legs. So there is a whole range from micro level to macro level. Movements are all guided by vata dosh. And pitta, when we talk about fire, there are multiple levels of fire that works in the body, that pitta that works in body. And the digestive system, that is guided by the digestive juice. All the digestive processes is done by the pitta dosh.
So let's move on into other things that are attributed to Ayurveda, right? So for example, Ayurveda promotes something called Abhyanga, which is a self-massage. What do you think of this kind of concept, especially in modern times? Does it apply? How does one apply it?
Yeah, I want to tell you two aspects. Abhyanga is an age-old practice. It is one of the dinacharya, a ritual that every day we need to follow for longevity.
Okay.
In Ayurveda, a concept of dinacharya is there. Dinacharya means daily rituals. So this is more to a preventive aspect, a wellness aspect. If we follow this dinacharya, the rituals mentioned in the dinacharya, that will lead to longevity, delayed aging process, and mindfulness. So in that aspect, Abhyanga is one among the dinacharya. That's something we need to follow every day. Abhyanga is massaging with oil.
Okay.
So one more thing is that if you are not able to massage the full body, there are some points mentioned in Ayurveda where we should do it. It's a must.
So which are these points? Let's talk about that.
Right. That is Shira Shravana Padeshu. Shiras means the brekma, this head portion.
Okay.
Then Shravana means 2 ears. Inside the ears, you need to apply oil. Just a drop, but inside. And Padeshu means the arch of your foot.
Okay.
So these are the nerve endings where we need to oil on a daily basis. Even if you are not oiling full body, we are not able to do in the modern times as time doesn't allow that. We can always practice this Shira Shravana, that is head, 2 ears, and the arch of your foot.
Okay.
Daily oiling person. Mostly we can use Nalpamaradi Thailam for this practice.
Okay. Let's move on to hair care.
Right.
So there's a lot of, because you were mentioning oil and oiling of the head, there's so much surrounding hair loss, right? And hair thinning, there's stress, there's anxiety that's attributed to hair loss. What does Ayurveda talk about to preserve how your hair is, and how can our viewers apply it very practically in their lives?
For a healthy person, to maintain a good hair, to combat common hair loss, small dandruff issues, all those things, daily hair oiling is a must. Once in 3 days at least. Once in 3 days, hair oiling is a must for maintaining your hair health.
Okay.
To prevent premature graying, to combat the environmental pollution effects and hair thinning effects. So this can also stimulate hair follicles for new regrowth.
Okay.
Usually Neeli Bhringadi is a complete solution for to combat these problems in a normal healthy individual. But when it comes to severe hair losses and thinning, premature graying, there are specific treatments mentioned in Ayurveda. Also, there are internal medications as well as certain specific treatments.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's so much conversation around how much time to oil for, and a lot of people say don't oil overnight. Few people say do 20 minutes before the shower. Even the champy is in question. Does it actually work?
Yeah.
So what does Ayurveda say about this?
Yeah, very, very relevant question, because too much oiling also can be bad. So restrict the oiling period to not more than 15 minutes.
Before washing.
5 to 15 minutes before wash for a healthy individual is more than enough.
Okay.
Apply it nicely. The champy also, as you said, is very, very required because it stimulates blood circulation, stimulates the nutrients supplied to the hair follicles. So that is very relevant. Hair oiling is a must, and we can restrict it to 5 to 15 minutes before head wash. Wash it with a cleanser shampoo, and if you want, we can conditioner as well.
Okay.
Use conditioner as well.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Let's move to skincare. What are some of the ingredients mentioned in Ayurveda that help us in maintaining or achieving better skin, and what are their benefits? What are the core ingredients in Ayurveda?
There are so many ingredients like saffron mentioned, jeeraka, that means cumin seeds, ashwagandha, winter cherry, marigold. So many ingredients are mentioned, but the main importance is given to the right combination.
Correct.
By the combination, there is a synergy produced, and it will act according to the dosha level.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a combination of a bunch of herbs that are mentioned in Ayurveda.
Yes.
Okay. Can Ayurveda be the answer to acne? And if so, how?
Right. There are two aspects when we talk about acne. One is the skin level aspect, where in Ayurveda, 7 layers of skin is mentioned, and when it is affecting just to 2 or 3 skin layers deep, that is identifiable by the symptoms. That is a common usual acne and breakouts that happen. That have specific treatment elements like Lodradi. There are combinations that we also use in our products, and internal aspect as well. There is a huge pathogenesis going behind an acne, especially adult acne, the stress hormones that stimulates cortisol and all. So internal is also important how our food habits, lifestyle, and sleep. These also, and stress levels, very importantly, and the pollution. This can trigger acne and can be the reason. So to eliminate the causes is very important. For that cases, if there is a hormonal correction required, that is to be done. In the peripheral aspect of skin level, we have so many solutions. That is through by incorporating the herbs mentioned for the acne. So there is a solution for that. And also one thing, we don't need to be too much concerned about acne and breakouts, because that is also okay. To have in between breakouts is also fine. Too much of clarification to the clarifying the skin, flawless aspect of skin doesn't have any sense, because there is a human body cycle. Sometimes breakouts will happen, and we need to take it as it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you were to, in a nutshell, summarize, what are some of the practices that Ayurveda mentions that our viewers can do on a day-to-day basis for clear skin? What are some of those?
Yeah. So what we need to do is, as I told, there are 7 layers of skin. First layer is the thinnest layer, and it is called avabhasini, that is glow, that gives the glow, and also called as udagadhara, that which holds water. So what is relevant, we can say that moisturizing is the best thing we can do to keep your outer layer happy.
Okay.
So that is a must. So, and under eye area also is very relevant these days because of the screen pollution, digital screen pollution, blue light affection, and UV rays, etc. So for that aspect, there are so many medicines like Arjun bark. There are specific medicines that can actually effect on the under eye area.
Can you mention a few of them?
Yeah, that is arjun bark, then quinoa seeds, carrot, cucumber, all those ingredients has been mentioned to relieve the under eye darkness. So incorporation of a good eye cream with these ingredients can really help on a day-to-day basis. So this must is the CTM regime, cleanser tone. Cleansing is something we need to do in a daily basis. So use of a mild cleanser, a proper toner to maintain your pH levels. That is because of the water retention of the skin is really important. We facilitate that with maintaining the pH balance. And then the moisturizer, which is very light, that is that actually helps the Indian or tropical skin type, which is not too oily, but with some elements of oil also. Mainly water retention is very important. So hydration we do with the moisturizer, then this under eye gel, and night cream according to the age group.
Okay, so you have to pick your night cream basis your age group. Don't just pick anything that's available online.
So that is something, that concept we have put forth in our brand, Vanaura, with this age-specific night cream.
Yes.
Almost 2 to 3 years of research have been gone through to make that can be easily glide into the modern skincare routine.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So if, to summarize, you were to say, name 3 practices for hair, body, skin, overall wellness, right? That are ingrained in Ayurveda that our viewers can apply starting tomorrow.
Right.
What would they be?
Yeah. So I will go with something the acharyas, the sages has mentioned as dinacharya. Vyayama, Abhyanga, and Nasya.
What are these?
These are, Vyayama means exercise. Exercise, do physical exercise, as well as dhyana is also mentioned, meditation or pranayama, the practice of breathing. So this has to be done on a daily basis. Then Nasya. Nasya is installation of medicine through your nostril.
Okay.
That is for beauty as well as longevity. It's clearly mentioned that 2 drops of oil, medicated oil, through your nostril, that practice can actually reduce the arrival of premature graying, arrival of graying, wrinkles, fine lines. All those things are clearly mentioned. And also, there is nothing. The brain is the neuronal center. So to maintain, to do some service to the brain, just as we do for our vehicles, there is nothing that goes into this. So this can actually stimulate neurons, which can prevent cognitive errors that can happen, memory loss. Those kinds of diseases can also be prevented with the single practice of Pradimarsha Nasya, which is both enhancing wellness as well as overall health of your human body. Yeah. Okay. And I can mention that Anu Taila is a medicated oil, which is usually done for Pratimarsha Nasya. That is a preventive installation of oil in the nose.
Okay.
Right. This is the second one. And third is the Abhyanga,
which I already
mentioned.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next part, which is Ayurvedic psychiatry. It's something I've never heard about, but you love talking about it also. So what is it for those who are watching?
Ayurvedic psychiatry is the area where we study deeply about the mental illness, psychological illnesses, and the treatments.
Okay.
So that involves all kinds of internal medication and the Shodhana therapy, the purification therapies that is required to maintain to cure the psychiatric illnesses at first, and to maintain good mental health.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how is it that we can apply it, whatever these learnings are, to our lives? Because there's so much stress, there's so much about the conversation around mental health, right? So how can we apply these learnings into our daily lives?
Whenever we talk about daily life, the quick reference is the dinacharya. Dinacharya is these certain techniques that we need to follow. So this is some structure that is given to human beings to follow, because through a structured approach, we will be more disciplined.
Okay.
We will have a time for self introspection. So this dhyanam and self introspection is really, really important. Looking into ourself, that is mentioned for as into dinacharya, is very important in the modern times, where we don't close our eyes and introspect the actions of others, the implications of our own talk, others talk, everything in your perspective as well as others perspective. A self analysis required, that is suggested in Ayurveda. So this analysis will give you awareness about yourself.
So how do we practice it? Do you sit in meditation?
Meditation is something we can do anywhere, anytime. It is just about the practice of self analysis, wherever it is. We don't need to be in a particular asana for doing meditation. The concept of self analysis or self introspection is something we need to practice in a daily basis whenever you are free. But do find time to analyze, especially in the morning. Ayurveda has in dinacharya you need to get up in early in the morning.
What time?
Around 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Brahma Muhurte Uttishta. That is a time where the most of energy is there in the universe. So we need to get up around 6 o'clock at least in the morning, and then do our daily activities, and then go to and look into the mirror. That is a very important practice mentioned by the Acharya, where we are appreciating ourselves, analyzing ourselves both physically and mentally. You need to be always good about yourself. We don't if somebody is insulting you, somebody is any kind of hurts you are feeling, what Acharya says is that never reveal those to others upfront.
Okay.
So that kind of a filter is required. To be more. And also the words, actions, and the thoughts. These are the three things that trigger the mental illness or mental health. So talking the right way, acting the right way. Right way means that is also that is also helpful to you as well as others. There should be a filter that we need to maintain for words, actions, and thoughts.
Right. Okay. Okay. Let's talk about Ayurveda and technology. So Ayurveda is an age-old science, right? It is something that has been followed for centuries.
Right.
To make it accessible to us today, there's a lot of science and technology that's required.
Right.
Even with Vanaura, that's what you'll do with your products. So how is it that we have combined this age-old practice and used it to serve people in the modern times?
Yeah. When we specifically talk about Vanaura, the main issue I faced in the beginning of bringing up the formulations was how we can incorporate the knowledge to the modern skincare aspects. That was the real challenge.
Correct.
But there are so many technologies that we can make use in Ayurveda to make it more like something that easily glides into the daily routine, leaving behind the crude aspects. That updation is very much required to propagate Ayurveda into the lives of each and every person. So that is something that the formulation concepts we brought into. And when we talk about the basis of the modern skincare creams and all, there was a huge study to make it synthetic free, naturally derived. Then only Ayurvedic benefits will be accelerated.
Correct.
So if we just mix something called Ayurvedic concepts with synthetic elements, that is not going to do any good to your skin.
Correct.
So in the initial days of my practice, the most important issue I faced, most concerning issue I faced was unable to find a cream which I can recommend to the patients.
Correct.
So this began like that. And so these concepts, along with, now we are also incorporating biotechnology measures, advanced organic technology, so that we can make the product best in terms of Ayurveda, to give the most of it to, because there are so many solutions in Ayurveda,
Hmm.
where there are that are still unsold
Hmm.
with other practices. So these are the technologies we incorporate in Ayurveda to make it up to the that can easily glide into the modern skincare routines.
And what were your challenges when you initially began? Like you said, you of course you're practicing doctor, and then starting a line of products like Vanaura is an entrepreneurial enterprise.
Right.
So how was that transition for you?
Yeah, it was quite organic, I must say, because it was not something that I planned to start a skincare brand.
Right.
It happened out of the research I did
Yeah.
to bring out the best out of Ayurveda into skincare. So that way, some of the products, initial one Rejuvinta 4-in-1 a product was there. It took almost 2 years for me to reach the right formulation. And that was very challenging to make it 100% organic,
Yeah.
natural. And so those techniques were rightly placed with the help of international collaborations. So that was a real challenge, and it was very fruitful also.
Yeah.
Initially. And the formulatory aspect was the greatest challenge, I must say, Karishma,
Of course.
because
Yeah.
we have to see the sustainability aspect,
Yeah.
eco-friendly aspect,
Yeah.
synthetic free aspect, toxins to dur ki baat.
Correct.
But
How do you maintain that natural pureness
right,
and wellness?
yeah, that was a challenge.
Okay.
Still, that is going on.
It will
Right.
continue.
Right.
Right. Okay. Let's go to the next section. It's your top 3, right? The doctor's top 3.
Okay.
So we'll ask you the top 3 recommendations in various categories, and we'll give them to our audience.
Sure.
What are the top 3 oils for hair health?
Of course, one, the Neeli Bhringadi Keram. Then Durapatradi Keram, that is if you have a dandruff, and any oil with the proper ingredients like hibiscus, fenugreek, curry leaves. These are all very effective, but the right proportions. That is something that Ayurveda always mentions.
Okay. The top 3 ingredients for treating acne?
Out of my experience, I think neem, basil, and lodhra. That is Simplochus racemosus.
Okay.
That is a scientific name. It's lodh maybe in Hindi.
Your top 3 hacks for glowing skin?
CTM regime,
Yeah.
under eye gel, and night cream according to your age group. Right.
Okay, perfect. Top 3 habits for hair growth?
Oil massage once in 3 days. Daily cleansing if you are sweating or there is a pollution with a mild cleanser shampoo. And then conditioning once in 3 days.
Not every day.
Not every day.
Once in 3 days. Okay.
Right.
Top 3 foods to consume this season?
Seasonal fruits and vegetables. In this season, if you say almost a monsoon season, we can say, then the most important is the kanji.
Okay.
The porridge made out of Navara rice, red rice, and fenugreek seeds, green gram. This has to be taken in a particular proportion, that is 1 part red rice, then half portion green gram, again half portion fenugreek seeds. Boil it as a porridge rice, usual porridge use as you do, and add with green leaf juice. That is mostly Dasha Pushpam. If that is not available, you can also use Brahmi juice. Fresh juices of this will make a medicated kanji porridge that can actually boost your immune system to resist illnesses that is very predominant these days, fever, viral diseases. So this is an excellent regime we can follow. At least for 7 days we need to take it.
Okay.
As the first meal.
Okay. Okay. Amazing.
Yeah.
Top 3 tips for self-care?
Exercise, feeling confident, and having a good skincare routine.
Okay. Okay. It brings us to the last question. You've been a doctor, now you're an entrepreneur. You have an amazing line of products that I hope our audience will go and check out. What is your ideal holistic life for people who are watching. What time should they wake up? What is a typical ritual or schedule that they can follow to live a more Ayurvedic life?
Waking up at around 6 o'clock at least in the morning. Then after the cleansing activities, teeth with the astringent property herbs.
Okay.
So that can be incorporated, and cleaning your tongue. Then going to Vyayama according to your Shakti. That is very important these days, because exercise, too much of exercise is leading to so many issues, heart attacks, cardiac failures, as we see in news. So always Ayurveda has mentioned Artha Shakya Vyayamam. You need to exercise with half your strength. You have to stop there.
Okay.
Exercising should be until you have half strength left.
Yeah.
You don't need to be fully exhausted. Or whatever, if you are doing yoga, you need to maintain poses that you're comfortable with. Yogasana is explained in such a way by Patanjali that stira sukham asanam. The position we can maintain with ease. That is yoga.
Yeah.
It's not doing difficult things. Gradually the body will get into that space, but initially trying on things that are difficult for body is not recommended.
Okay.
Yeah. So exercise, self-introspection, dhyana, and that is analyzing. That is very, very important for the mental health. And then comes the Abhyanga, the 3 points at least, Shira, that is head, ears, and the arch of the foot, with oil. After that, snana, and then we can go into our daily routine.
Okay. So, as an entrepreneur, and for those who are watching, how can we develop a better mindset, and what would your advice be on that front?
Yeah. When we talk about entrepreneurial mindset, it's all juggling with different tasks at the same time. So how fast you can shift from one task to the other is something that makes you an efficient entrepreneur. So it is a slow process. We need to start slowly, and also to reach that aspect of juggling multiple things at the same time, that can actually give you that mindset and ability is something we need to develop to be a very good entrepreneur. And when we talk about mindset, Ayurveda mentions 3 kinds of mindsets. That is Hina, Madhyama, and Pravara. So this self-analysis, we can assess what kind of a mindset we have and how we can reach to a level where we can excel. So for a Hina mindset people, that is Hina Sattva, that is Sattva is mind, and they get easily down by the challenges or difficulties, and they can't be helped by others. If your friend says it's okay, or if somebody comes up with a solution, they can't take it. They will be stuck in their own space of pity.
Correct.
So that is Hina mindset. Second is the Madhyama mindset, where if somebody is there to push you, you will go on fire. So that is also a good pattern of mindset. And the third mindset, where you are self-driven, self-motivated. That is a pravara. Whatever happens around you, there is a strong internal world which will guide you to make things happen.
Right.
So that is an excellent mindset for a visionary.
Okay.
And the second set of Madhyama mindset, most of the people can fit this second mindset. Only thing is that we need to understand those flaws, work on our mind, and get into the next level of mindset. And Hina is something, if we are stuck in that kind of mindset, self-analysis and awareness that my issue is this. So these persons can't be a good entrepreneurs. They will fall and feel pity every time. So the strength has to be needed, that is needed, can be trained, can be enhanced by mind training.
Okay. Okay, amazing. Thank you so much. And I hope that everybody watching has at least understood the base level and then they can really go into the study if it interests them. Thank you so much for doing this and all the best with Vanaura because I truly believe that Ayurveda needs to, Ayurveda is necessary in our time, especially today. So thank you for doing what you do. And I hope that more people are now aware of what you do.
Thank you, Karishma. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much.
Thank you for being the best community, and we'll see you in the next one.